The Krillian Empire had conquered 47 star systems, each victory adding another trophy to their vast collection of subjugated species. Their weapon of choice wasn't merely their advanced technology or superior numbers. It was fear itself, embodied in the creature they called the Vexthor. The Vexthor was a monstrosity born from Krillian genetic engineering, a dragon-like beast with scales harder than reinforced durasteel and breath that could melt through ship hulls. Standing 20 feet tall with wings that blotted out suns, it was kept starving, perpetually hungry, its rage a tool the Krillians wielded with surgical precision. The ritual was always the same. When a new world fell, the Krillians would select a child from the conquered species and present them to the Vexthor before the assembled populace. The message was clear: resist, and your children would be the first to suffer. Earth had been the 48th system to fall. Commander Zektel stood on the obsidian platform overlooking the captured human settlement. His forearms crossed in satisfaction. Below, thousands of humans had been forced to watch as two of their young were brought forward. A girl no older than 12 with auburn hair, and a boy perhaps 10 years old with dark, defiant eyes. The girl was Arwen, daughter of the settlement's former leader. The boy was Django, son of Earth's last standing general. "Let this be a lesson," Zektel's voice boomed through translators. "Humanity's pride ends here. Kneel before the Krillian Empire or watch your future burn." The Vexthor emerged from its holding pen, chains snapping like dried twigs. Its sulphurous breath preceded it, and its roar shook the very ground. The creature's eyes, burning with perpetual hunger and rage, fixed on the two small figures standing in the arena. Arwen looked at Django. Her hands were trembling, but she reached out and took his. "It's going to be okay," she whispered, though her voice shook. Django squeezed back. "We're humans," he said quietly. "We don't break easy." What happened next would become legend across 1,000 worlds. As the Vexthor charged, bellowing its fury, neither child ran. Arwen stepped forward, not back. She raised her free hand, palm out, and did something the Krillians had not anticipated. She spoke to it, not in words, but in emotion. "In empathy. Humans the Krillians would learn too late, possessed something rare in the galaxy, the ability to connect, to understand, to recognize suffering even in monsters. Where other species saw only death, humans saw a tortured creature, starving and in pain. I know you're hurting," Arwen said softly. "I know you're hungry. I know they hurt you." The Vexthor hesitated, confused. No prey had ever spoken to it before. No prey had ever seen it as anything but death incarnate. Django stepped forward beside Arwen. He pulled a ration bar from his pocket, the last food he'd hidden from the Krillian guards. "Here," he said, tossing it toward the creature. "It's not much, but it's yours." The Vexthor sniffed the offering. Its massive head swung between the children and the bar. Then it did something it had never done before. It ate gently, carefully, as if remembering a time before pain and chains. Arwen took another step forward. The crowd gasped. The Krillian guards tensed. "You don't have to be their weapon," she said. "You can be free." The dragon's eyes met hers. And in that moment something passed between them. An understanding, a connection that transcended species and language. The Vexthor had been created to be a monster, but these small humans saw something else. They saw a prisoner. Django pointed at the chains still trailing from the creature's limbs. "Those chains don't belong on anyone." The Vexthor's roar this time was different. Not rage, recognition. It turned from the children and looked up at Commander Zektel. The Krillian commander's confidence evaporated as the dragon's eyes locked onto him. He stumbled backward, barking orders to his guards. But the Vexthor had made its choice. What followed was chaos. The dragon tore through the Krillian ranks like paper, its fury finally directed at its true tormentors. Arwen and Django ran to their people, helping them seize weapons from fallen guards. The humans, inspired by two children's impossible courage, rose in rebellion. The Vexthor fought alongside them. When the battle ended, Commander Zektel lay defeated, and the Krillian occupation of Earth was broken. The Vexthor stood among the humans, breathing heavily, its scales scarred but its eyes clear for the first time in years. Arwen approached it one last time. She placed her hand on its massive snout. "Thank you," she whispered. "You're free now. You can go wherever you want." The dragon made a sound, something between a purr and a rumble. Then it spread its wings and launched into the sky, disappearing into the stars. Django stood beside Arwen, watching it go. "Do you think it'll be okay?" "Yeah," Arwen said, smiling. "I think it finally will be." The story spread across the galaxy like wildfire. The Krillian Empire's greatest weapon had been turned not by force but by compassion. 2 human children had done what armies could not. They had shown that even in darkness, understanding and kindness were the strongest weapons of all. The Krillian Empire would fall within a year, its conquered worlds rising one by one. And always they remembered the lesson: never underestimate humanity. For where other species saw monsters, humans saw souls. Where others wielded fear, humans offered hope. And that made all the difference.